What's up, Geeks and Gamers? It's Jeremy. It's Ryan. It's Geeks and Gamers Daily. Fresh off of playing a lot of video games last night. Ryan was nowhere to be found, shockingly enough.
Nope.
But your mic is still all jacked up.
Check.
All right, there. It is. It's calming down again now.
All right. A little bit calm. I have a mic maybe. An epic mic.
An epic mic. But anyway, we got a lot to talk about today. Hope you're all doing well. A lot of 199s in the chat. And yes, Ryan's mic was loud. I think it's all good now. We shall see. But yeah, how you doing, Ryan?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good. On this Tuesday, post Thanksgiving Day box office disaster for Disney. It's another day, which means Taika Waititi opened his mouth and pissed people off. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So pretty much the status quo.
That's what he does. I'm low now? Are you guys saying I'm low? Jeez. No telling.
Hello.
Yeah, they're still saying you're loud, I'm low, but they're both saying it's getting better. Welcome to StreamYards. This is what they do. But yeah, Taika Waititi, I truly despise this dude, man. I really do. I despise him. But it's really not even about him. It's about the fact that Marvel and Star Wars or Marvel and Lucasfilm just keep hiring him for projects. You know what I mean? Let's see. Hayden says Jeremy sounds like he's in a tunnel, and Ryan sounds like he has a megaphone. Oh my! Let's see here. Testing. Should be. I know what it is. Hang on.
That's your wrong mic or something?
No. I have to turn off echo cancellation and adjust mic volume when I'm running through StreamYards or Streamlabs. So now it should have worked itself out now. So there we go. Testing. That should be better now. Yeah.
Be Real says Ryan looks like he was rode hard. Maybe, you never know.
Hey, what's his name?
Oh my God. I just put out this I don't even know if you heard about this. I just put out a video before we started the stream, Jeremy. Speaking of guys, Jimmy Fallon is like under fire for using the word bud to refer to a transgender actor who's like a male to female transgender. And in the middle of their interview, he's like, "Bud, this is so cool."
And they're mad about that?
Yes. Transgender people are mad. Well, transgender activists are mad about it.
Oh my God. I swear, man. These fucking weirdos, man. They're going to be fake offended over anything. It's why you just cannot worry about it. You can't do it. Jokes are part of life. Calling people bud is just, oh my God. It's just so hard to understand that mentality has been widely accepted by the mainstream and the powers that be, because clearly 99.9% of all, well, 99.9, but 99% of people just don't care about this shit. You know what I mean? They just don't. But here we are. No, but I haven't seen this. And so has he apologized and donated like $100 million to a charity and all that stuff?
I haven't seen an apology yet. I don't think that the actor was like even upset about it at all, because I don't think there's really anything to be upset about. But hey, I'll pull it up real quick. Let me share the whole screen so I can do the audio. But yeah, Jimmy Fallon under fire for calling trans actor Hunter Schafer bud. Now, Hunter Schafer was in the new Hunger Games movie as like a person from the Capitol, which I guess kind of makes sense. And apparently they were a big fan when they were a kid and wanted to show the picture, whatever, on the Tonight Show. And this is the clip that's got everybody so pissed off.
Since you were a kid.
Oh, well, I mean, for Halloween, I was obsessed with how the Capitol people were in costumes, and I made my own costume. What?
Oh, bud. This is unbelievable. This is really cool.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, bud, this is unbelievable. This is really cool.
He's going to apologize. He will apologize.
Probably. I mean, you got these people out here, Jimmy Fallon calling Hunter Schafer bud. I am going to redacted. Now, it's tough to tell whether that means I'm going to like kill Jimmy Fallon or I'm going to kill myself based on the clientele. But as if I didn't have enough reason to hate Fallon, he takes this opportunity to show that he doesn't see Hunter as the beautiful, immaculate queen sitting before him. to my cis readers, I hope you don't see this as an overreaction. Bud Buddy is unquestionably male coded.
Jesus Christ, dude. Like, this is how it always goes with social justice. They want representation. They get representation. They get a platform, and then they become fake offended because you didn't do the very thing that they wanted you to do or say it the way you wanted to say. This is insanity, dude. This is insanity. Holy crap.
It's so silly. Like, it's so dumb. And like, I haven't heard anything from that actor like saying that they were upset about anything. It just seems to be trans people that are mad about it.
Jesus. It's just unbelievable, man. Good Lord. It is what it is. Can we talk about the most glorious ratio I think I've ever seen in the history of social media? This ratio is truly astonishing.
This fucking pile of shit. I hate this dude.
Look at this ratio. 9,000 retweets to 500 likes. Now,
no comments. Imagine if he had
no
comments.
comment. Oh man. So for those that don't know, Deadspin wrote an article about a kid at a Kansas City Chiefs game in blackface. They used this side profile in order to paint a narrative around this. But if you actually see, the kid actually just has his face painted red and black for his team. Deadspin is basically trying to ruin a child's life over fake outrage identity politics. This is the person that wrote the article, and this is a terrible person. Deadspin is a terrible website. I would have to imagine that they're going to face a massive lawsuit on this. What do you think, Ryan?
Maybe. There's a potential that could happen. It's caught a lot of attention from so many people right now across the entire cultural space. And there's multiple things going on because this is what happens as soon as you bend the knee to any of this shit. It's the same thing with Fallon. As soon as you bend the knee to any of this shit, as soon as the Chiefs decide, you know what, it's a little disrespectful to allow our fans to wear Native American headdresses. So we're not going to allow those in our stadium. So it's not allowed at Chiefs Stadium anymore, but this wasn't at the Chiefs game. That's at Raiders Stadium. So they probably don't have all those rules or whatever. So that's one thing. When you start changing names like Redskins, when you start changing names like Indians, it's a slippery slope until every single time anyone does anything to, celebrate their team, it's somehow just a bastardization of that culture or whatever. And then the idea that a kid can't paint his face black and red. What about Steelers? I've seen Steelers fans paint their face half black, half yellow. Is that blackface? Anytime you put any type of black paint on your face, that's just blackface for these fucking little Karens. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce his name. It's probably Karan or some dumb shit, but I'll call him Karen J. Phillips. This dude is a massive pile of shit, and I hope he gets the fuck suit out of him.
Yeah, man, this is awful. I mean, this just shows you, right? It just puts it in full perspective as to how truly terrible the media is. Here we go, right here. So the media is genuinely, says the shoe on head. The media is genuinely so sick, and whoever is pushing this story should be in prison. This is the actual picture of the kid, but the way that Deadline presented it made it seem it's so manipulative, dude. It's so manipulative. And yeah, it's just a horrible, horrible story. And again, this is identity politics. This is what happens with it right here. And I brought up Gawker. You remember the whole lawsuit with Hulk Hogan and how he took Gawker down? You remember that? I don't know if you remember that.
That was like 15 years
ago.
Yeah,
and he just destroyed them. I have to imagine that this child's family is going to be able to sue the living hell out of Deadspin. Because Deadspin's a big time website. They're pretty
I don't know how, I mean, they are. I don't know how successful they are, how much money they have.
Yeah, that's true.
And
yeah.
This is all they are at this point, is just race baiters.
Yeah. This is sick though, man. So again, disgusting freaks. This is what they do. This is what they always do. And you can't compromise with them. You can't have a logical conversation with them. So don't even try. Ellie Reen dropped 20 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Thank you, Ellie Reen. And lean back, have a snack, take a nap. Gifted a Geeks and Gamers membership as well. Thank you. I know you were over there watching the gaming stream last night. Shout out to all of you showed up for the Mario Party stream. We broke 1,000 viewers on play for the first time ever on a gaming stream. So that was awesome. So really do appreciate that. That was really cool to see. And of course, more gaming streams taking place over there. We got Tuesday night's main event tonight. We got Zeltroid and Dan Vask joining us tonight. So that should be a lot of fun. And Ryan might make an appearance. He wants to talk about CM Punk's promo last night on Raw. I don't know why, but
I don't give two fucks.
You'll be happy. You'll be happy to know, Ryan.
Would he have a trans flag on his chest?
No. But I was disappointed in his promo. A little disappointed.
Like
Again,
overrated bitch.
No, because we're talking about the standard that Punk has set. Like he set such a high standard, and this was his return, and it fell pretty flat for me. It fell pretty flat last night, and I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way. It wasn't a great promo. It felt his promo in AEW at his return far better than his promo in WWE last night. So I was pretty disappointed. All right. So Ryan, what's our first topic of the day?
Hold on. I just saw something. It looks like we have a first look at the Fallout series.
Well, who's producing this?
I think it's on Amazon. Hold on. Let me look. Fallout first look. Yeah, a couple hours ago.
Okay.
Let's look at some of these.
I don't know what to expect here.
Have you played Fallout?
A little bit of Fallout 4, but I never really got into the series.
Bro, I fucking hate these cocksuckers behind, like, Vanity Fairs behind the fucking paywall.
Mr. Fox says, you're not alone, Jeremy. I've heard the same from other people who've seen it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just that this is the pipe bomb. This is the guy that drops pipe bombs. I was expecting a little more, and it didn't. He regurgitated a lot of his AEW promo when he returned to, or when he came to AEW, and he had more energy in that one, I felt. But it's just his first promo, so we'll see.
I'm just gonna show this. I think they've got some of the pictures here, but because I'm not gonna fucking pay for a Vanity Fair article. But some of the first images from the show itself. First look, welcome to the world of Fallout, starring Ella Purnell, Aaron Moten, and Walton Goggins. Take an exclusive look at the twisted new TV series based on the globally beloved apocalyptic video game. Well, there's your main character.
Of course.
Of course. What do we have here? Oh, we've got the airships and everything. That doesn't scream Fallout to me. That screams generic sci-fi.
It looks like Minority Report.
I mean, that's
kind
of a Fallout vibe.
That's got a Fallout vibe to it for sure.
It's got a Fallout vibe.
It's pretty.
That I mean, I don't mind the look of the suit.
It looks pretty cool, actually.
The suit looks cool. The
got some diversity.
There is some I'm sure it's going to be a very diverse show. Walter Goggins plays the Ghoul, a seemingly immortal gunslinger who's been unnaturally preserved by radiation poisoning.
Just what people need to get ready for right now. You need to get ready for video game adaptations are about to become the new comic book movies. That's essentially where we're heading right now. Video game adaptations, and a lot of them are going to start out very good in terms of trying to honor Five Nights at Freddy's, Mario. We've seen some other, pretty decent series from that perspective. They're going to start out well, and eventually they're going to all be ruined by identity politics. That's what's going to happen.
My instinct is that this show is going to be a fucking disaster.
No. Yeah, but
that's my instinct.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Just going off the pictures, I feel mixed about it. I guess the first images, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, again, I don't know a lot about Fallout, so I can't speak on that. But yeah, it just seemed like diversity is going to be the focus of this one right here, and it's not surprising. What is it?
Just like we looked at like 5 pictures and it's like a woman and a black man. You're like, looks like diversity is going to be the focus of this show.
Well, are we wrong? Are we wrong?
I mean, probably not, but yeah, I guess it was just funny.
Oh man, let's check that out. The Hercules Hernandez on Rumble says AEW got pipe bomb CM Punk and WWE got soy boy PG Punk. Yeah, I would have to agree with that for the most part. I have to agree with that for the most part. Hey, we got no way. Is this for the Oscars?
What?
Oh no. Okay, never mind. The Hollywood Handle. They got their best actress nominees and they put Haley Bailey in it. Halle
That's like
Bailey, whatever.
what they're like.
Yeah, theirs. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, I mean, is Barbie going to get nominated for Best Picture? Do you think at the Oscars? I've heard rumors about that.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if it meets the threshold for Best Picture. I don't know if I see that happening.
Yeah.
Like it got a lot of. I mean, it did get a lot of attention, obviously, with 1.6 billion, where the fuck it made, and it got a lot of praise. But I don't know if those. I don't know if that's the type of movie that's going to get nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars.
Do you think Oppenheimer gets nominated?
Yes.
Can it be nominated? It doesn't fit its diversity.
Rami
quota,
Malek
right?
is in it. He's Egyptian or some shit.
Is that what it comes down to? Just one non-white person in the entire cast is what qualifies it now?
I don't know if that. No,
Yeah.
it's like some very specific like casting rules. So I don't know if it really qualifies or not.
The fact that Oppenheimer might not get fucking nominated because it doesn't have enough diversity is everything wrong with the Oscars. I personally hope it doesn't get it. I mean, at this point in time, to me, the Oscars is a joke, and it's like it used to matter in terms of like there used to be some prestige to the Oscars. It literally doesn't matter at all. The fact that we're at this point in time and Nolan doesn't even have a Best Director award says everything about it. You know. Says everything about it.
Yeah. Left Town Media for 10. How would you react if Disney announced they're going to make an animated Star Wars movie trilogy that would be an alternate version of the sequels using George Lucas's outline?
I would cue the Razor Fist, fuck you, I was right, because we've been all saying that they're going to do that.
We've all been saying that they're going to make an animated Star Wars movie trilogy about George Lucas's sequels.
Well,
what I'm saying that
remaking though. You did I hear it wrong?
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it.
Oh, I thought you meant start doing the original trilogy that works towards the sequel trilogy outline. I thought that's what you meant.
No. It says, how would you react if Disney announced they were going to make an animated Star Wars movie trilogy that would be an alternate version of the sequels using George Lucas's outline?
I thought you meant like the original trilogy that leads to his sequel trilogy outline. Okay.
Yeah.
But my point being is that I think they're going to remake the original trilogy.
Me too, at some point, yeah.
I thought that's what the question was about. But
yeah, when you said we've all been saying, I'm like, I've never heard anybody fucking say that.
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I'm at a point, I don't care what they do. It doesn't matter to me. But it wouldn't surprise me if they continue to go back to the George Lucas well, even though that they've told us that they didn't want it and they've disrespected it over and over again. So
I feel like I saw a lot of people saying, you know what, just let Aman Vellani take over Marvel today, Jeremy, because of this tweet that's out here. I don't know if you saw this.
I did. I saw Mahler retweet it.
I like Aman Vellani. I think she's wrong about some of the characters. Like I don't think that there's going to be anybody that's excited for a lot of these characters, like she goes into in this article a little bit. But I like a lot of her answers to questions. Aman Vellani on how the MCU could once again generate Avengers Endgame level fan hype. I don't know if it's about just getting bigger. It's about making the audience care about their characters. Like with one sentence, I saw Mahler like, you might as well fucking let her have the franchise now.
She gets it. She
Yeah.
gets it. Like, this is not complicated, man. She gets it. This is what it's all about. Just making people care. When you make people care, they will come back for more. That's it.
And I disagree with some of her statements here because she's kind of saying that I think there's a lot of interesting characters that were introduced in the last phase. And if you could do this or could do that, I don't think so. I think for the most part, they've failed with introducing interesting characters. That's part of the problem. But these are the full quotes. I don't, because basically saying that what's going to make the MCU regain its hype, regain that next level, get back to where it was. I don't know. I don't know if it's about just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because then like what's left? You know, I think it's just about making the audience care about their characters. And I think they've established so many wonderful characters in the last phase of the MCU. It'd be nice to see them all again and see them team up. It's just like such simple answers. It's not super in depth, but it's
Yep.
just the opposite of what we hear from a lot of other people
Mhm.
at Marvel specifically.
Yeah, I would say like a comment like this is nothing spectacular, nothing wonderful. It's kind of like when people always talk about like, oh, you only like this movie because everything else is dog shit around it. That's
It's a
kind
good
of like
answer. Yeah.
it's a good answer, but it's a normal answer that anyone should be giving that's involved with these projects, but rarely anyone involved with it gives them. So when she says that, it stands out because it's such a rarity in today's Hollywood. You know what I mean? And that's really why it's getting so much traction from people in our sphere. But yeah, I mean, and you got Taika Waititi just making all his dude. The hypocrisy around this guy is unbelievable, man. Like, I don't know exactly what story you're gonna pull up right now, but like, there's just so much nonsense with Taika Waititi right now that it's just unbelievable, man.
I mean, there's just so much to talk about, right? It seems like there's not a week that goes by, at least when Taika Waititi's out there doing interviews or press tours or whatever. It seems like there's not a week that goes by where Taika Waititi doesn't manage to piss somebody off, whether it's Star Wars fans, whether it's Marvel fans, whatever. And once again, his comments, at least you can say one thing for Taika Waititi, at least he's honest. At least he's honest about how he feels specifically about some of the movies that he's worked on. And when it comes to Thor, he just straight up admitted, you know what? I didn't like Thor. I kind of hated that character. I was not interested in this character at all, but I did the movie for the money. Taika Waititi had no interest in directing a Marvel movie, took Thor Ragnarok because he was poor and it was a great opportunity to feed his kids.
Jesus Christ.
And if that's like kind of all he said, it would have just been whatever. And obviously Taika Waititi's, there's always a layer of humor there as well. But it's how he talks specifically about Thor and Thor comics that makes it so interesting. The Oscar winner said he originally accepted the Ragnarok gig for money as he just had his second child. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think that's a problem with these franchises in general. When it comes to Marvel and Star Wars, you should be out there hiring people that care about it.
There's
There are
enough
plenty of
people
people
out
out
there.
there that care about it. You can get them and you will have a consistently better product when it's people that fucking care about it.
Yep.
But here's the quote. You know what? I had no interest in doing one of those films, what TD said. It wasn't on my plan for my career as an auteur, but I was poor and I just had a second child. And I thought, you know what? This would be a great opportunity to feed these children. And Thor, let's face it, it was probably the least popular franchise. I never read Thor comics as a kid. That was the comic I'd pick up and be like, ugh. And then I did some research on it. I read one Thor comic or 18 pages, however long they are. I was still baffled by this character. I like how that's his research. I read one comic.
Jesus.
But at least you could give him credit for being honest. A lot of people just lie and say how important these characters were to them growing up and blah, blah, blah. At least Taika Waititi was honest about it.
Yeah, but this guy just truly doesn't care. I mean, goes back to our ruin your mythos, baby.
Yeah.
You know, it's the mindset, and it's one thing if these things are said, but then the product actually is pretty good. I mean, you look at the now. I haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder. Apparently, it was horrible. Apparently, it's like
It was
how
miserably bad. Yes,
Is
it's
it-
one of the worst MCU movies that's out there.
so and apparently it took the Ragnarok formula and just went even worse. Is that kind of what happened?
Yeah, he just went full on. I mean, I had criticisms about Ragnarok, not so much because of like, I don't think it was like a bad movie. I just think it was tonally a wrong shift. I think there was some good stuff in it, but I think it didn't match I thought Thor didn't match his character from the previous movies.
Right.
And when you have someone come in who clearly doesn't give a fuck about anything, that's not surprising. I think Taika Waititi is a talented filmmaker, but I don't think he belongs in a franchise where there's already other people working on it and working within it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's the Michael Bay thing that we talked about with Michael Bay, where I like a lot of Michael Bay's stuff outside of the Transformers movies. And while I did like the first Transformers movie, the second and the third are just awful fucking train wrecks. You know what I mean? His Ninja Turtles film that he produced, awful. But when he does things like The Rock or 13 Hours or, Bad Boys, he's fantastic. You know what I mean? But yeah, Taika Waititi clearly is not the type of guy who respects the franchise. Now, he's also working on a Star Wars movie, correct? Or a Star Wars show?
Star Wars movie. He's got 4 other projects to finish before he works on that. But yes, he's working on it.
How have we got to the point where Star Wars has become like something that's not even important to filmmakers now? Like Ryan Johnson, who apparently is still working on his trilogy, by the way. We don't have any updates on that, but apparently that's still happening. But he's way too busy with Knives Out. Is that the name of it? Knives Out? I haven't seen those movies. Knives Out? Is that what it
The
is?
Knives Out cinematic universe.
Yeah. And so you got that, and so he's just too busy to work on his Star Wars trilogy. He's just way too busy. And we've seen this time and time again. We've reached a point now where Star Wars used to be the goal for so many filmmakers. It used to be if you were offered a Star Wars project, man, that was the defining moment of your career. Now we're at a point where if Star Wars projects offered, you got these people who are like, I've got like 4 other projects I'm working on.
Got like 4 independent movies that I need to finish before I work on my fucking Star Wars movie.
I know, man, it's wild. It's truly it is amazing how far Star Wars has fallen. It really is. And it's a testament to Disney and what they've done. Do I think that we're going to get a Taika Waititi Star Wars movie? No. I don't think we actually will. Do you, Ryan?
If I was betting, I would say no.
Because I think that the way at some point in time, something drastic is going to have to happen. Like, I believe that the Filoni movie is going to fail miserably. Like, I don't think it's going to, I think it will lose money. Honestly, the Rey movie might make the most money of all these Star Wars projects, shockingly enough. Mainly just because of the fact that it's just like anything else, man. Like, the only reason people know Rey or Daisy Ridley is because of her role as Rey. And a lot of normies went to go see those movies. You know what I mean? The Rise of Skywalker still made $1 billion. It did. You know what I mean? So
I think the idea that it's going to be the first Star Wars movie in like 6 years, you know, could provide a boost to it.
I think that if you're asking me right now without seeing anything on any of these projects, out of the 3 Star Wars movies that are officially announced, Dave Filoni's movie, the Rey movie, and then what's the other one? Like this
James Mangold's Origin of the Jedi.
Those 3, I would say Daisy Ridley's Rey movie easily is going to make the most money. I'm not saying it's going to make $1 billion, but my point being is that all of those projects are going to underperform when it's all said and done. At that point in time, something drastic has to happen with Star Wars. Because they just are going to have nothing. And it's almost like the Marvel template right now where Marvel has nothing. So from that perspective, I don't think we're going to get a Taika Waititi Star Wars movie. I think everything is going to have to be shelved, and they're going to have to start all over after those 3 movies fail. So I guess we'll see.
All right, let's catch up on some of these chats. Danger UXO for $20. Here's a little something to get you to Taika Waititi level poor.
Thank you.
Thanks. Cade Karan for $1.99. Didn't say anything, but thank you. Jay's saggy orangutan titties for $1.99. Maybe he meant Bud Light. Maybe. Tobias for 10. Ghouls in Fallout are irradiated humans who survive the bombs or major radiation areas. They live so long due to their radiation effects, but some lose their minds entirely and go feral. Zombies. Crit Nature for 10. Now imagine if the kid on the other side of his face had Black Lives Matter written. The author would be fired before he can count to 3. Then it's okay for them.
Yep.
Hey. The Hercules Hernandez for $1 over on Rumble. We said that one. Orozco for $1. Done in the animation style as Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures, I'd watch it. I mean, like if they actually put out something that was like what was based on George Lucas's template, I'm sure I'd watch it. I just don't see that happening. Matt Guillemette for 5. Which is better, the Santa Claus or Christmas with the Cranks? The Santa Claus.
Not even close.
Yeah, what the fuck kind of? That's a clown question, bro.
Yeah, that's not even close.
But thank you, Matt. Grand Admiral Adam for 10, member for 10 months. As a Vikings fan and a man of Scandinavian descent, can I get upset when people who are not like me dress up as a Viking, right?
That's how it works.
They're establishing. A legal box cutter for $1. You must be from the UK. Or not for a buck. My brain is not fucking working today. Illegal Box Cutter gifts a channel membership. Thank you, Illegal Box Cutter. Cade Coran for 5. I'm a 22-year-old. Grew up with the prequels. Thank you, RK. You're the man. Let's debate about Disney woke wars. Hips, go, I've, or no. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I know you're 22. I know you grew up with the prequels. I know you think I'm the man. And then you said, let's debate about Disney woke wars. Hips, go, I've, or with a bunch of R's. No? Question mark. Thank you. Cade Coran for 199. RK is better. I agree with that. Lord of the Rings nerd member for 10 months. I was a huge Redskins fan. Now that team doesn't exist. Hail Jeremy, Ryan, and the exclamation point. Keep up the good fight, guys.
Yeah, that's what the point I was making the other day about it was once they got the Redskins, because I can't remember, Ryan, was it the Redskins or the Indians that they got first?
Redskins.
So they were going after the Redskins for
years,
like ever, and they finally got them to bend the knee to that nonsense. And once that happened, then it's an endless cycle now. Because as I said, if the Redskins name never changes, yesterday's controversy around this kid never happens. Because and so I said when the Redskins changed their name that the Chiefs were going to be at some point, they were going to come after the Chiefs, the Atlanta Braves, all of that, the Florida State Seminoles. And once they've erased Native Americans from history, then they will move on to something else, because it's really not about accomplishing anything. It's just the sake of being upset or fake offended to be fake offended. That's all it comes down to. So yeah, the Cleveland Indians. Wait, you're saying a lot of people are saying Cleveland Indians. Are you saying they came first? No, the Redskins came first.
I think they did the Redskins first, yeah, and then the Indians changed the name of the Guardians without like even much. Well, I will say this: the Indians changed their logo. Remember that the Indians changed their logo from the smiling chief to a C. That happened a couple years probably before the Redskins thing happened, but then the Indians just straight up changed the name of the Guardians. Yeah, and that was after the Redskins, I do believe.
So ridiculous, man. So ridiculous.
Tobias Nexus for 5. Fallout 4 had the Brotherhood of Steel coming in with an airship and vertibird drop ships. The airship is the Pridwin, so that's at least canon. Yeah, that's what it looked. I forgot it was called Brotherhood of Steel, but with the airships and stuff, you could see that. It just didn't look. That scene specifically didn't look very. Too many of the pictures they showed just look kind of like generic science fiction show. Wickedest, member for 7 months. CM Punk is a bitch. Bro is scared to fight the Green Power Ranger and tried playing it off like JDF was just a YouTuber. He deserves no respect.
I mean, you're not going to get any defense of CM Punk as a person from me. He's a piece of shit.
Matthew Hammond for 5. It helped that Hulk Hogan had the backing of billionaire Peter Thiel to take down Gawker in retaliation for announcing that he was gay.
I didn't even know that was part of it.
Me neither. Cade Coran for 5. Yo, Ryan, love you. Jeremy, no homo. Ryan, talk about the High Republic. Let's talk about it, huh? I don't know what there is to talk about. High Republic's a failure. Andrew CR for 2,500 check money. It's not just about making it bigger. It's how you use it. Aman Vellani, probably. Thank you. Darth Racer for 5. In my opinion, Disney will not attempt to remake the OT. That would be a bridge too far. I think I'm talking in the next 15 years we see it happen.
But again, yeah. So as I've talked about many times, this is all part of their plan, though. The failure of Solo slowed that down massively, because if Solo would have been a success, that would have been the beginning of it, really. And they couldn't do it because, again, the mindset was, we want Alden Ehrenreich's Han Solo to be the Han Solo that people think of when they think Han Solo. They wanted to put that merch all over their theme parks. They wanted people to be wearing Han Solo merch from their movie, and it failed. And if it would have been successful, they would have moved forward with all their other plans, but they couldn't because it failed.
What do you think happens with the Filoni movie if during it he brings back versions of Han, Luke, and Leia for like a 5-minute CGI cameo?
That
How do you think that'll be received?
I
think
think
it'll be very divisive, and I think I have half the people saying, "Oh my God, Dave Filoni gave us what we always wanted,"
I think
and
that
then yeah,
I think that it will. That's the way that it could. It would be a. It would be a. It would be a success. It would definitely make it successful because it would bring people in and people would pay. It would be like what was it? And I know that the movie didn't do a ton of money, but like what was the Ghostbusters Afterlife? Remember what they did? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
at the end,
Yeah, yeah. Like it would kind of have those vibes where, and I thought it was well done. It would be so pathetic if they pulled that one, dude. It would be so pathetic, and I wouldn't put it past them at this point.
I think it would. I think it would probably end up being very divided, and I think you'd have a lot of people saying, "What? He just gave you what you always wanted, and you don't like this."
Yeah,
And now it's a different story, I guess, if say Luke Skywalker is like the lead of that movie, you know?
yeah. What did we know about it? What do we know about
Really
it?
fucking nothing.
Okay, so again,
It's gonna be a culmination of Mandoverse events.
okay, okay. So we don't even know if it's it's not an Ahsoka centric movie, although we assume it probably will be centered around her because Filoni's directing it.
I mean, I assume she's got a role to play for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Maybe she'll just stay out there in the fucking other galaxy and I don't know, go fuck
yeah.
herself till she dies. But I don't know.
Oh man.
But I mean, I think that is something that could win a lot of people over. Now, it's not going to change where Luke goes, but I think that just like we've seen every single time they brought even CGI Luke Skywalker, people come their pants over it. So I think they should. If I was in this situation and was like forced into like this world of doing whatever they were doing and had to make this movie in this time frame, I would recast all of them and have them play a massive role in that movie. Have them be the heroes of that movie with like Ahsoka helping and all these other characters assisting.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like a no-brainer to me.
Well, you
But
would think, but I mean, we've reached the point where they've just continued to screw this up so much. And again, man, if you still have faith in Filoni, that's fine. I I realize that he's not what he was once perceived to be, and that's just a reality of it. It doesn't change the fact that I've enjoyed a lot of the stuff, especially the animated stuff, the Clone Wars and everything. But he's not the guy to save Star Wars. He's not the guy to turn it around or even point it in the right direction. He just is not the guy. And I've accepted that. I accepted that years ago at this point.
man, it just like it makes me fucking smile to be honest because I used to get so much fucking hate for shitting on Filoni. I used to get so much pushback for that. But that was before that he was like it was Schrodinger's cat, right? People weren't people had their own idea of what it would be when he actually got his hands on something live action because he never done anything live action before.
Mm-hmm.
And people finally saw. They opened up the box. You can see it.
At least him and Jon Favreau banned Kathleen Kennedy from the set of Mandalorian. That was a pretty badass move.
I know, right? And Kathleen Kennedy somehow promoted him after that. It's weird.
Yeah. Hey, he's like playing that 5D chess, man. So I ban you from the set, and you're gonna promote me.
Yes, and you're gonna pretend like you're still in charge of this company for the next 3 years. Cade Coran for $1.99. Please talk about the High Gay Republic, please. I don't know what to talk about, Cade. Cade Coran for $5. Are you fucking high or drunk or something? Boys, I'm a college guy right now. I hate woke Star Wars. Rogue One was okay. Thank you, Cade. That sentence reminds me of A Christmas Story when he's like talking about how he wants the Red Ryder BB gun and writing his letter to Santa. And his last sentence is, "A football would not be a good Christmas present." That's what that Rogue One was okay seemed like to me.
Cade's got another one. RK, I'm sorry. Wait, RK, I'm sorry. Jeremy, sorry, but can you talk about the High Republic? I haven't seen the or I haven't read the High Republic. I don't know anything about their High Republic. I haven't. So I haven't seen, or I haven't. I don't know anything about Disney Star Wars since the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. That's the last thing I watched, and that was even still. Before then, I think Boba Fett came out, and I didn't watch Boba Fett or the Bad Batch. So I am not up to date on anything Disney Star Wars.
Kind of
And
surprised you didn't watch Bad Batch.
yeah, I was just out at that point. It was just, was that like, wasn't that right after, wasn't that the Gina Carano stuff? Yeah, I was right after Gina.
Probably, yeah.
You know, and I was just like, fuck these motherfuckers, you know, like I don't care. Like, what's the point? Dave Filoni, because that was at the point where I said that Gina being fired publicly, like at some point in time, you can't stand by when someone's being completely done wrong like that. And Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, because I know that the narrative out there was, oh, they were so upset about it. It's like, no, they let it happen. They let it happen. And at this point in time, if they have that much power, like we're supposed to believe that they have that much power, and they stood by and allowed Gina to be fired, fuck both of them. You know what I mean? Like, they're complicit in this whole thing. They're part of it at this point. Regardless of how much I like the Clone Wars, it doesn't matter. So that was my mindset on it. It's like, I don't give a shit what they're making. I don't give a shit what they're producing. They fired Gina Carano and they publicly shamed her. And two guys that apparently have some power and influence around there just sat there like a couple of little soy boys and let it happen.
Tomac for $50. Thank you, Tomac. If we're getting some game movies, I would like to think they would try to mess up Parasite, even though it's already kind of diverse.
Parasite Eve.
Oh, Parasite Eve. I thought even though it's Parasite.
What was that? What was that one YouTuber? What was
Robert Storms? Fuck Parasite, man. Yeah, Don Cheadle tweeting about him, right?
All right, let's start over with Tomac. Sorry, Tomac. Go ahead.
If we're getting some game movies, I would like to think they would try to mess up Parasite Eve. It's already kind of diverse. Or give another shot at the Like a Dragon series. Too bad Wish messed up Kingdom Hearts lore, so that won't happen for now. Wish messed up Kingdom Hearts lore? Damn.
I didn't even know about that. Oh, and by the way, thank you, Tomac. I did get and I think I said it on Daily yesterday, but I did get the DM from you about the Attack on Titan. I actually showed it to Krista because she's a big Attack on Titan fan. That game looks amazing, man. That game looks amazing. So,
Jamal for $100.
Woo!
You should call this show is Geeks and Gamers in the Morning with Ryan and Jeremy. I look forward to this show every morning before I do my schoolwork. Thank you, Jamal.
Dude, that's amazing. That. And yeah, we've got 3,000 people watching on YouTube. We got 300 over on Rumble. Really appreciate it. The show continues to grow every single day. So you guys have been incredible. So I'm happy people are enjoying it. That's all that we really care about is, do you enjoy what we are producing? And it seems like a lot of you are. And that's all that really matters to us. So thank you so much, Jamal. Hope you have a safe drive to school.
Lily Ramsey for 2 of you reviewed Daily Wire's Lady Ballers trailer.
I haven't
Did you do it in Cobra Cast?
I didn't even watch it. I meant to do a reaction to
Let's
it.
do it now.
I have not seen this, so I have not.
Dude,
seen
it's fucking like funny. You know what I mean? Like
I planned on it, and I had too many things pop up on Cobra Cast. I never got around to reacting to it. So,
like, is it going to end up being like? Is it going to be a little cringe? Probably, but it's the idea that they're doing it now is funny because 15 years ago, this movie would have been made. Like this movie would be made by Hollywood 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Let me look. I'm gonna do the YouTube because it'll be better quality.
It will be better quality. So, so yeah, I have not seen it yet. I will say I really appreciated if I'm going to criticize Daily Wire like I have a lot. Jeremy Boring's response to the whole Candace Ben Shapiro situation was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect response. Perfect response.
And I think people like, obviously like everything's dramatized and we're so keyed into like everything that's happening whenever two people are working at the same company, like disagreement or whatever. See the same thing for you and me, Jeremy. We might have an argument about the binge model versus weekly release, and people actually seriously think that there's like something wrong. You know what I mean?
Oh,
People
dude,
can have
dude,
major
dude,
disagreements
dude,
even,
dude,
and you're
dude.
still working together. And
Dude, fucking people were making a big deal of me and Gary arguing on Friday Night Tights the other day, and it's like you literally are a beta mentality. You have beta mentality if you think that two grown ass men arguing over nerd shit means that there's a problem. You clearly don't understand how the world works or how being a man works. Like, I argue with every fucking body I know because that's how I am with my friends. That is what we do. Anybody that don't understand that is just either trying to twist shit, manipulate shit, or is just a bitch made person. Like, holy shit, man. Like, men argue, friends argue. That's what we do. My God, me and Ryan cuss each other out on the phone all the time over dumb. We will be having a conversation about work-related stuff, and it'll turn into something, and we're screaming at each other. And then we're like, all right, I'll talk to you later, man. All right, bye. And then we fucking forget about it. You know what I mean? It's just how it is.
yeah, and obviously the Ben and Candace stuff, that's obviously multiple magnitudes, like more serious shit and things like that. But Jeremy Boyne had the perfect response. People are allowed to have their opinions at this company.
Holy crap, Gremlin dropped 50 gifted memberships.
Damn.
Holy crap. That is amazing. Thank you, Gremlin. Appreciate you. Look at all those gifted memberships in the chat. You guys are amazing. Okay, I have not seen this yet. I've heard a lot of people talking about this. So let's check this out. This is my first time reacting to it. Ryan, you've seen it, correct?
Yes.
So let's paint the picture for everybody so they understand what we're watching.
All right. This is about to be, listen, females have taken over sports, right? Women have taken over, transgender athletes have taken over female sports. And Daily Wire is about to make a movie making fun of that.
Let's go.
In a world where women's sports is being transformed, the Daily Wire calls foul with the most triggering comedy of the year.
Guys, this is serious. Sports can be your pathway to a better life.
Well, like yours?
Please don't steal my catalytic converter again. Winning man.
What the fuck, dude? Please don't steal my catalytic converter again. And this is Jeremy Bourne. This is the Daily Wire CEO, right? Who is the lead in this thing. And there's a lot of Daily Wire people that are in it.
Catalytic converter again. Winning matters. It's the key ingredient in becoming a winner.
Maybe you should try it sometime. Are you gonna move?
I am not.
Let's cut to the chase. I know you're not a woman.
Hey, you don't know how he identifies.
If you can beat them,
What do you know about the U.S. Opens for the Global Games?
You want us to compete as women. $5,000 prizes.
My lover says you were a great coach back in the day.
It's Matt Walsh, by the way. This is Matt Walsh just as like a hippie dude with like a pride flag on their house.
This is actually really fucking good.
It's funny, dude.
You were a great coach back in the day.
join
This is the way the world is now. My 8-year-old daughter told me all about it. So a guy can become a girl with no physical changes at all.
Oh, that's called gender fluid.
So I can be a woman on the court and a man in the bedroom. I can't believe it. Nice.
You mean when you're sleeping?
Yes.
Coach,
Alex, we could play basketball.
we have to get the whole team back together.
it's time
We're in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
to play
Lady Ballers. Man up.
So, and you have, again, you have like Tyler Fisher, who is in Terror on the Prairie. You got David Cohn. You've got Jake and Blaine Crane from Crane and Company, the Daily Wire Sports network that they do. That's the other guys that are in it. This is, again, this is something that would have been, this is like The Ringer, right?
Yeah.
This is something that would have been done 15 years ago that people in Hollywood that are making comedies don't have the fucking balls to do now.
Absolutely.
like a girl.
I'm with her.
From heroes
Day one of being a girl athlete. I love being a girl.
to sheroes.
We could dominate every woman's sport. Running, Swimming. Soccer. I said sport, Felix. It's ladies basketball, boys. Nobody watches.
Excuse me. Are these seats open?
Never mind.
Getting dunks. And tucking trunks.
No, she didn't. That's the biggest I've ever seen on a lady.
I don't care.
Lady ballers.
One can even be
Hero
trans
at the
age
end.
now, which provides Sheelix with a wonderful opportunity to relive all the experiences that she missed out on in school.
Streaming exclusively on Daily Wire Plus December 1st.
That was good. That was really good.
My real only criticism of it, and obviously it's gonna be a little cringe and corny. My biggest criticism is having Ted Cruz in it. A Ted Cruz appearance. Like,
Yeah, yes and no. I will say that this is everything the Daily Wire is doing is to battle against what Hollywood has done. And so Hollywood has basically elevated a lot of their left-wing politicians. Like, if you look at this is a who's who of right-wing commentary and ideas, essentially. And it's making them into like massive celebrities from that perspective. So yeah, I do understand what you're saying, but it didn't bother me at all because of what didn't I see the Babylon Bee guy? Wasn't he in there?
yeah, Seth Dillon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I thought it was great.
There's Brett Cooper dressed as like I don't know what the fuck this is.
I actually thought that was pretty damn great. So
I think it's a good trailer. Like,
Yeah.
it just reminds me of a decade-old
Mhm.
movie. Forget Andrew
Mhm.
Clavin. That's the
Yeah.
biggest dick I've ever seen on a lady.
I thought that was pretty good.
Hero is the referee. At the end. I mean, it looks funny.
Yeah.
Obviously they're catering to their audience.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole Ted Cruz thing is like, by including him in the trailer, I feel like it just, for anybody that was maybe hesitant to check out a Daily Wire movie because you're worried that it's just going to be inherently political or something,
Yeah.
that could give a person a reason to be like, well, obviously that's what they're doing.
I agree with that. I guess the reason I don't have as big a problem is because I know for a fact that fact is the wrong way to say it. I feel very strongly that if a left-wing politician wanted to be make a cameo, then the Daily Wire would allow that. Like, they would let AOC pop up in there. You know what I mean? She would never do it. She would
Certainly,
never do it. But like on the flip side, they would never let Ted Cruz in a Hollywood movie make an appearance. You know what I mean? So that'll be the flip side of it. But I see your point for sure. I still find it weird. Jeremy Boring follows me on Twitter. It's so weird. He only follows
strange.
He only follows like 500 people.
Yeah, it's not like a John Cena follow.
No, it's not a John Cena
It's
follow.
not like when Az gets excited because John Cena followed him. He's also following 10 million other people.
I found out he followed me like during Cobra Cast when I was criticizing the hell out of him, and I like went to his Twitter. I'm like, wait, Jeremy Boring follows me, and so then I continued to criticize him, but I didn't follow him back.
Well, that's nice of you.
Yeah,
At
least I could do.
Matt Guillemette for 2. Ryan, is the High Republic better than Legends? I mean, I'll be real. I have only read one book in the High Republic, so I feel like I can't really speak to the totality of it. However, I can say this: I don't think there's any possible way it could be as good, and I think the sales reflect that. But it would be like kind of dishonest for me to be like think that I can actually give you a real like take. But I would say the way that people have responded to it and the lack of people reading it should tell you something about its quality. Yanks fan for 199. Punk's promo missed like a Rapino shootout kick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say it was a terrible. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10, and we were expecting a 10 out of 10. I mean, after 10 years of everything we've been through, with that he's been through, all the speculation, it just didn't land very well, man. It was pretty disappointing overall. So.
All right. SBZ for 2. I'm high as fuck. Can we talk about the High Republic? No. Cade Coran for 5. Dude, I went to a Barnes & Noble. Fuck you, Ryan. I misspelled. And guess what? I asked the cashier, and Legends books were selling better. That's not surprising to me. Doll Life Dan for 5. Best no context quotes from last night. Jay, my monkey's too big. Jeremy, just pound it, Jay. Jay, I'm going to ram your butt. My monkey's coming. There you go. Ron Case for 5. Hey, Jeremy and Ryan, just wondering who your all's opinion on who and who isn't a fan, such as fans who left Star Wars episode 1 but still like the OG. I mean, I think everybody is a Star Wars fan if you like Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't. As long it really, it's the social justice. You know, that's the line on it. Like if your first criticism of someone is that they're racist and sexist, that's why they didn't like a Star Wars movie, then you're not a real Star Wars fan, and I'm not gonna really. I don't think you deserve to have a discussion had. Again, I've argued with Star Wars fans my whole life, and you can tell when you're arguing with Star Wars fans. And I can appreciate when people disagree with me constantly that are real Star Wars fans. Not when your identity politics is your number one focus of anything. That's not a real fan.
Well, speaking of, since we put it in the title, even though we're closing in on noon, we got to talk about this. Speaking of prioritizing social justice and identity politics, Disney's found that out the hard way that doesn't work too well for you when it comes to the box office, when it comes to streaming, when it comes to theme parks. Audiences have walked away because of this. And it's kind of the point where Disney has straight up been forced to admit it, because in an SEC filing about a week and a half ago, if you comb through all of the fine print, you can see a part where Disney actually admits that their values and what they're pushing as a company is not aligned with what their audience is. And that can lead to a decrease in revenue, to a decrease in impressions, and to fans walking away. Oh, wow. Who could have possibly thought that? Disney report warns investors social goals take priority over profits.
Jeez.
And this is, I always like Nolte's fucking headlines.
Yeah.
Disney's grooming syndicates annual SEC report tried to bury its foundational problems in the world salad of all world salads. Thankfully, that Park Place, so it actually came from right here, that Park Place, shout out to them. The key takeaway from the report is that Disney, as required by law, is warning investors that its social goals are more important than profits, because they're forced to disclose risk factors that could be associated with, buying stock or keeping their stock, things like that. If you go all the way down to the bottom, is super fucking long paragraph talking about, everybody's preferences affect what we do, and people's preferences affect whether they like that thing or they'll click on that thing or whatever. This is the bold part. Further, consumers' perceptions of our position on matters of public interest, including our efforts to achieve certain of our elemental and social goals, often differ wildly and present risks to our reputation and brands. Consumers' perceptions of our social goals, so the way consumers see them as a woke activist fucking company, a left-wing company, presents risk to our reputation and brands. No fucking shit. It's almost like that's why people were warning you for years that you shouldn't go down this path. And then they admit, right? Consumer taste and preferences impact, among other things, revenue from advertising, affiliate fees, subscription fees, theatrical film receipts, the license of rights to other distributors, theme park admissions, hotel room charges, blah, blah, blah. The way people perceive us as a company affects whether they want to spend money on us. After everything we've seen Disney do, they're finally being forced to admit in an SEC filing that their activist agenda, that their woke agenda has bit them in the ass.
And this is everything that we have been saying about Disney and what they've been doing. And we've had a lot of these people tell us, there's a lot of the people in the media, a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of people on Twitter. Oh, you guys are just making this up. Nobody's making anything up. You don't have to agree with it, but it doesn't mean that anyone's making it up. We were just showing you what was going on. We were showing you the results of it. And now there's no more debate to be had. There is no debate. Disney has pushed social justice activism. That is why they have seen a diminishing return on everything, whether it be the theme parks, whether it be the streaming, whether it be their movies, whether it be Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar. It doesn't matter. They've seen diminishing returns across the board because families, generally speaking, do not want this and do not support this. And it's not even a debate anymore. And that makes me happy because for 5 years, we've been sitting here talking about this, and you've had people just sit there and just say this nonsense, trying to say that it's just rage bait. They're just looking for clicks. No, it's what's happening right now. And the proof is there in the pudding, and now you can't debate it.
We've got K-Biz for
K-Biz
$50.
back
What's up,
in the
K-Biz?
house. What's up, K-Biz?
Been a while, buddy. Really enjoying the morning show, guys. Great way to start out the day. Hell yeah, man. Thanks for being here.
It's good to see you, brother. Man, K-Biz awesome. Been a while since K-Biz was around.
It has been. Tomac for $20. For context, at the end of Wish, a number of the characters went off to establish some of the Disney movies. This goes against the World of Worlds lore in Kingdom Hearts. Oh, there you go. Had no idea that Wish did that.
Vic Whiplash dropping 20 gifted memberships. We have been whiplashed, baby. That's what's up. Vic Whiplash, big supporter over there on CobraCast. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
We've been whiplashed.
It's been whiplashed.
Antonio for 10. Love you guys. Disney cannot make a Tarzan live action because they can't have a black Tarzan being raised by apes voiced by black actors. Until next time. Thank you, Antonio. EF for 10. Lady Ballers is written by actual comedians. Chrissy knows the one. Tyler Fisher, you could probably get him on a stream. Yeah, we met Tyler actually in Nashville. He's cool. Peter Hewitt for 2. That Asian trans from the movie trailer was hot. Good for you.
Well, see you later.
This is not okay. It's just not.
Orozco for $1. Bad Batch is a poor version of the Null arcs. Was not a fan of that show. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's worth watching. But I was just surprised Jeremy didn't watch it, considering his attachment to Clone Wars.
Yeah,
and the fact that they were introduced in season 7 and everything. But I think we're all caught up.
Yeah, that was. Pretty sure that was right after the Gina stuff. That's why I decided not to. So
2021, probably.
Though I wasn't overly interested in it either. I mean, but yeah, I did. Season 7, I loved season 7, at least the final 4 episodes. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Okay, so we got Tuesday night's main event tonight. We got a great show planned for all of you. Looking forward to that. And again, make sure you're subscribed to Geeks and Gamers Play. We play all of our games over there. And again, a great stream last night. I really appreciate you guys showing up for that Mario Party Superstar stream. I've got an edit. From our boy Erwin. I want to show everybody a quick, if I can find it. Ryan, can you kind of like waste time for like 2 seconds? Give me just a second.
The Gilkman for $19.99. The Gilkman cometh. Much love to the both of you. Keep being amazing. The Holdovers movie is amazing. The Gilkman leaveth. Well, thank you, Thomas.
Look at the Gilkman in the house. How you doing, Thomas?
Holdovers movie. Okay. I'll have to remember that. Thanks, Thomas. Chikara says, will Ryan be on TNME?
No, he's banned.
I will not.
He's banned. So
I will not.
It's really just Ryan's not banned, obviously. Ryan can show up whenever he wants, but Ryan's focused more on trying to make sure this show goes smoothly constantly. And he's also got his own channel and he runs Sports Wars. He's kind of busy these days. I'll show everybody a little bit of this. Look at this from Jay. I would go there. I would go to Yellow Team.
Is a spider cow.
Milk 'em. I hate this game, and I hate the people that play this game.
You guys are a bunch of babies.
Milk 'em.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to the Cobra.
I bring you back. Say move.
It's it.
Here.
All right, where's my plane?
Oh, shoot!
No, Jay. Where's Jay?
Behind you. Oh.
Are you getting him back?
So I'll upload that. I might put it here on the main channel because it's really good. And we'll see. But shout out to Nerd Wars, Erwin. He did a good job of putting that together. And yeah, man, it's good stuff. So
hell yeah.
Oh.
SBZ for 10. Daily Wire movie would be perfect if there's a scene where the team asks for the women's restroom and suddenly Trump shows up to point them the way down the hall and to the left.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a problem with the Ted Cruz thing.
I mean, I don't.
I know you don't. I know what you're saying. I know. Perception wise,
a lot of people already think that it's just going to be political propaganda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
Crit Nature, recently, Tyrone Magnus is faster than you at Disney News videos, Ryan. You need to step up. Plus, you need to get him on TNME finally. I'll work on stepping up.
And that is it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Great show today, as always. Shout out to Rumble, and obviously shout out to YouTube. Good to see all of you here in the chat. We'll see you for Tuesday night's main event tonight. Hope you have a great day, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.